So Wyoming was one of my favorite weeks of the entire summer.
Was it?
It was.
Okay.
I just thought it was so beautiful. The place we stayed in Driggs, the experiences that we had, it was incredible.
It was.
When I'm like, going back and editing this video now, what's most awesome to me is I feel like our week in the Tetons was one of the most significant ones in terms of how we started to think about our life as we returned back home. Right?
Yeah. So it is December right now when we're recording this.
It's taken a little while to get all the editing done because we came back to full-time jobs
Full-time
and virtual
jobs,
school.
Virtual school, kids home all the time, and also really rearranging our life because of some of those decisions back in our time in Idaho.
That's right. And the great news is we're supposed to close on our house in 3 weeks and we're hitting the road. And all of that, I feel like, started to take shape while we were in Driggs, Idaho, through some conversations we had with some friends and some experiences that we had. And I love this week. This is looking good.
I know! There's mountains in the background.
I hope we see a moose in the back.
Moose Xing.
So we're gonna have more bathrooms here than the last one. That is good news. Let's check this out.
Whoa! Look at that couch space too.
Nice. Oh my goodness, bathroom 1.
This is my bed. Okay, mine.
What do you guys think of the house?
It's awesome. It's really fun. We're gonna play in the backyard and we're gonna ride a bike.
I hear children, so I don't think we're gonna see any moose.
Man, what was our last place? 1,000 square feet?
It's really tight.
And this one might be 1,500 square feet.
Yeah.
Feels huge.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay,
Well, 3 bathrooms is really exciting.
We didn't look at our room yet.
Oh, let's go check it out.
Yeah.
The blind situation
Looks a little bit better.
looks a lot better, and I'm digging a king-size bed.
You like this more than Idaho already?
Yes. I mean, we're still in Idaho, technically.
Right, but
I think Wyoming is like 20 feet that way.
okay.
It's just so calm and peaceful and beautiful, and
Yeah,
the weather's perfect.
it is.
This is amazing.
I hope today's a bear day.
Yeah.
Going on a bear hunt today.
Would you think we'll see a bear today?
Yeah.
From a car? I want to see one from a path.
Wyoming!
What do you see?
Buffalo.
Grizzly bear sighting. Pretty exciting. Yellowstone was cool, super cool, but
You're pretty negative about this, and I think it's because of the way that we did it. We basically took a quick drive. It wasn't quick because Yellowstone's huge. A full day drive all through Yellowstone, stopping at all the touristy spots.
super beautiful.
And if we redid it again, we would spend a few days there, get off the beaten path, take some pretty epic hikes, and have a really different trip.
That's true. I think Yellowstone was awesome, but all the other things that we did during the week were like so much cooler. Like the float trips, the hikes. We did this like cowboy dinner thing, which was really awesome. We had this like beach day where we went to this little lake and the kids like played with their cousins on these little floaties, and it was just
Kayaks,
super
babe.
fun. Kayaks, stand-up paddle boards. But I think like we did a couple hikes that were super memorable, and they were super memorable because of something exceptional that happened.
I'm barely getting by. Got a heavy load. It's trying to break my mind. Can you tell me what you see? Maybe help me up this wall that's been blocking me. Hey, hey, getting closer every day. Hey, hey, getting closer every day.
We left the bear bells back of the car. The sign says we're supposed to make noise, but that's okay because look what we brought.
Hey, hey, getting closer every day. Hey, hey, getting closer every day. Hey, hey,
Yes. You follow me in?
Yes.
All right, here we go. See what we do.
hey, hey, every day. Oh.
And that is where it stayed for too long.
I knew I needed to be impulsive and just jump off the rock, and I didn't put the tether on, lost the GoPro as soon as I hit the water.
It was a sad day, especially because the next day, our backup GoPro, we somehow thought we lost that too.
That was a
Thankfully found it, but we just felt like we were starting to lose our minds, what's going on. So we finished out our trip, got another GoPro, sitting at home a month later, after we got back from our trip, and I'm on Facebook, and somebody messages me that I don't even know, saying, hey, isn't this your husband? And shares this screenshot. And this person, I didn't know them, but they knew your face from our church, and apparently Tanner was diving about a week and a half after you had jumped in with the GoPro, and he dives regularly, finds lots of good things, and then basically goes on like a worldwide scavenger hunt to find the owners
To
of these
reunite
items.
the items with
It's
the owner.
amazing.
Yeah.
So apparently this post had been shared like hundreds of times of your face trying to find a Joel from Pittsburgh, because that's what he had heard in the video.
Yep.
And I think that like the story was just crazy because we never thought we'd get that back.
I never thought someone would find it and then try to find us.
Yeah. Like
And ship it to us.
I always thought that those stories of like, share this story, this item was lost, were all fake. But like, they're real. There are good people.
That's what
in
Tanner
this
does.
world.
So shout out to Tanner for being a super awesome dude.
Tanner told us apparently we were a little difficult to find compared to the other items that were lost that day that he found.
That's right.
But yeah, so cool.
I'm Tanner. I'm the one that found your guys' GoPro, just leaving you guys a video. I watched all the videos on your GoPro trying to figure out any information on YouTube. And then I heard Joel's name, and then I heard that you guys were from Pittsburgh. And that was the only two things I had to find you guys with. Threw on my mask and my fins and my weight belt. I came up and there was a little family that was watching me do it, and they're like, no way, you guys found a GoPro? We watched the actual video of you jumping off with it and losing it. That was pretty funny. About 30 seconds of you jumping off, Joel, and then about 11 minutes of it sitting on the bottom of the lake. It's nice to meet you guys. If you guys are in Utah anytime, let me know. I would love to go snag a meal with you folks and meet you.
Tanner, we are committed to finding you on the road one day and meeting up and treating you for a meal.
Heck yeah.
Not as a way to thank you in any way, but frankly, we just think you sound like a really cool guy and want to get to know you a little bit better.
Definitely. Super awesome. Bravo, May! Are you so excited?
Yeah!
Tell me who caught that.
Me!
It's better than a chicken wing. Moose sighting. The whole neighborhood comes out.
You shared that this was your most favorite week of the summer. Why?
So a couple things. Number one, it was just so awesome to hang out with my brother and his family. I just don't see him all that often. Driggs, Idaho was super relaxing. The place that we stayed, it was just so quiet, like no one was around. The Tetons were awesome. But for me, it was, Wyoming was the week where our minds changed about life back home. Yeah. And up until this point, like this was a practice trip for us to see if we could do like a year-long trip. We were gonna come back home, work for a year or so, and then do a year-long trip, and then come back and continue our life as normal. And this was the week where we said, I don't think it's gonna work that way. And we met up with some friends. It was so random that we just happened to be like going through the same town at the same time. And they're people that maybe a year and a half prior left their like normal life and started traveling and working remotely. And hanging out with them at the rodeo was so encouraging. Like they answered all of our questions and encouraged us. I had a conversation with some people back home that was like really clarifying for us. And we made the decision. We're gonna come back home. We're gonna, work as much as we need to in order to get ready. And we're gonna plan on hitting the road without any plan of coming back to our normal life.
I think we knew at that point too that I could put up with you. One of the things I was nervous about is like, yeah, we're happy married for 13 years, but traveling together full time is a whole different ballpark. And I think it was so clear by that point that we had put enough time on the road into it together as a family, and we were still liking each other a lot. We loved it, and we were like really feeling sad about not having that when we got back. Yeah. About going off to school and going off to work, and I think it was just so clarifying at that point that we didn't want this to end.
Yeah. So I'm thankful for these beautiful Wyoming memories, but most of all, I'm thankful that in my mind, this was the week that our life changed.